quite... Okay, that's funny. Okay. If you're in chat, there we go, it's working. Perfect. Let's just do a little meme like that. Is this the meme? Or is this the... Where's the waiting for the nerds meme? Okay, we're gonna have to have a quick look here. Billy, if you're in chat, say hello. Billy says, fear not the guy who has applied 10,000 Niveas. Fear the guy who has Niveas 10,000 applied. Yes. Dude, yes. Peep machine. I ain't no peeper. Did someone say time to switch to OBS? I need to send them a very strongly worded letter. Hi, hello, I see our parasocial daddy. Hello, yes, it's I'm mogging quite nicely in this light. That is indeed me, yes. Bang wife. It's not ready yet. I haven't done that yet. I've been very busy watching YouTube all day for no reason. Hello, Billy. But we have the normal ones. If you do bang help, you'll be able to see all the commands available to you at no cost. That is how benevolent I am. Suck in your cheeks a bit more, speak machine, man. But I'm getting there slowly. I'm slowly getting there. There's like I was looking at one of my videos from months ago, and I was like, oh wow, I was so portly, I was so big boned. Available commands: uwu, wholesome, distro, femboy, anime, book, size, parasocial, hair, and tip. Much better, yes. Bang femboy. Man, the Arch Linux fanboys in chat are getting zesty. They're always zesty, all the time. Okay, so people are trickling in. Here's what we're gonna do. I was gonna just play Half-Life, but and make some videos. But at the Internet of Bugs, famous Unk has made a video about the whole hugging face thing. I paused Asmongold for this. Thank you. I feel very honored. I appreciate it. A heresy enjoyer. But we're gonna watch another Unk, just like me, but a bit older, talk about the hugging face thing. Then I might make a video of my own, and then we're gonna play some Half-Life. I'm gonna drink some cold coconut water. We're gonna apply Nivea pre-applied. Actually, I don't have anything on today, but I'm drinking coconut water. I've been busy, still busy, all day cleaning my PC properly, replacing the onboard motherboard Wi-Fi chip from Realtek to Intel, and switching my ATX PSU to SFX PSU. Are you actually? No, you're not unemployed, because you do have a job. You just kind of like LARP being unemployed, which I think is pretty peak. I think that's the way to go. Who's paying $200 a month for Hugging Face Hacker? A bunch of people, apparently. I don't know. I would never. I personally would never. I am a good boy. I would never even think of hacking anyone, really. But let's have a look. So if we go to Firefox. Okay, that should look tidier now. We're working on the setup. Professional stream, everyone. Professional stream. Okay. So the audio should be like this. Okay. So, as it turns out, AI amplifies human directly from Unk, our favorite Unk. I mean, actually, I'm your favorite Unk. I'm sure he's your second favorite Unk, but AI amplifies human ignorance. Lessons from the OpenAI hacks Hugging Face incident. So, supposedly what happened, from my understanding, It's a bit warm. Is that they had the LLM in a sandbox. Apparently, it chained a few 0 days, and that's how it got out. Let's see what happened. That's a nice Emacs config, Billy Bob. Very nice. I gotta say, I am the kind of guy who likes the. Okay, maybe I should pay AI. Okay, that's a. Let's not have that. Let's not have that. It's a bit too edgy. That's a bit too edgy. Let me just remove that for a second. Okay. Okay, we got a kick spammer. That's a first. I don't think we ever got one before. Let me quickly sort that out. I don't think we ever had a. Actually, let me just hide that for a sec. Let's go together. Let's not grow together. Where's the ban? There you go. And remove. Okay, problem sorted. The sandbox was an LM system prompt, like apparently you have no internet access, assuming it's not a marketing stunt, which I think it is. Okay, so it wasn't even as... Okay, that's crazy, because whenever I hear about these sort of things, I always assume nonsense, bollocks. There's no... Like, there's always some angle to it. Whenever there's news either of an AI going rogue and hacking, or our model, it's too dangerous to ever release. We could never. I always assume it's just marketing. So if that's true, if the sandbox was literally just a prompt saying you have no internet access, unfree BSD when? BSD should always be free. We escaped, bro. Yeah, no sounds. Yeah, no sounds like pure BS. That is my interpretation as well. But let's see what Unk, says the 34-year-old white hair. Let's see what Unk has to say about this. Let me know if the audio levels are good. I feel like I should switch to OpenBSD. It's Canadian. Oh, I don't know about that. Is that a good thing? I don't know about those Canucks. Kind of. I don't know about that.
Recently, there's been wide coverage of an event that some people are referring to as OpenAI model goes rogue and hacks Hugging Face.
And press X to doubt.
I've had a surprising number of people ask me about it, including getting a voicemail rant about it from an old friend I've known since college, which was very unexpected. Speaking of which, hi Joel. I currently have read and taken notes on more than 50 different...
Chat, can we say hello to Joel in chat?
...sources and growing, describing what happened, or at least what they think happened. And I've come to understand that the root cause of what happened between OpenAI and Hugging Face is also the root cause of so much of the misinformation and baseless speculation underlying how the internet has been talking about what happened. I'm not going to make you wait till the end, so let me give you my main point, and then I'll go into more detail afterwards. AI has made huge strides in the last few years, and it will continue.
Hi Joel. Hello Joel.
Continue to perform and aid in the performance of a lot of everyday tasks, but we all know that AI currently has limitations. People can disagree on what those limitations are and to what extent those limitations will continue as AI advances, but the most important problem with AI doesn't come from its limitations. It comes from AI's successes.
Howdy, Joel. Yo, Joel. I want to say something very quick here. I am generally... I don't like this idea of AI will forever improve. I just don't think that there's any evidence for it. We don't have... I mean, by definition, nothing has improved forever. Hi, Joel. How are you doing? How are you doing, Joel? By definition, nothing has improved forever because forever hasn't happened yet, right? I always give the example of aviation. Planes improved massively from early 20th century to mid 20th century. Then they improved somewhat more until the 70s, and they've essentially plateaued since then. We had Concorde, we went back on that. We now have Wi-Fi and smaller chairs. That's in the past 50 years, all we got was Wi-Fi and smaller chairs and smaller bathrooms. That's been the advancement of aeronautics. And so I'm always skeptical of this argument that that technology gets better inevitably over time. But we'll see.
That problem is not AI's effect on technology. It's AI's effect on people. Now, this isn't going to make me a lot of friends in Silicon Valley, but here's what I think you should take away from this incident. AI amplifies human ignorance. However good AI gets, that will continue to be true.
That's true. It just makes you a little bit sillier every time you use it.
And that's really worrying. And it has a lot of implications, not only for now, but almost certainly continuing for the next few years. And we better start dealing with it, or we're going to be... This is the Internet of Bugs. My name is Carl, and I've been a software professional since the late 1980s, and I'm trying to do my part to reduce the number of bugs on the internet, and in general, trying to make the internet a safer and more pleasant place.
I'm doing my part too.
This incident has created so much discourse that instead of just trying to cover it,
If you get the reference, let me know in chat.
all in one video, I'm going to try something new. In addition to this video, which is primarily aimed at people who want an explanation of the underlying cause in video form, I've also talked about this event in an emergency episode of my podcast, which is called Philosophy, Programs, and Prompts. And it's for people who would be interested in a conversational discussion of what happened. In addition, I'm also writing, or have already written, 2 text pieces on it. One on my Substack for the people who want to read instead of watch, and the other a much more detailed version on my Beehive mailing list, where I'm going to pull out talking points from many of the 50+ sources that I've read on this topic.
Starships and bugs, very based.
And directly address them.
Service guarantees citizenship. Very nice. I'm proud of chat. Very well done.
Which would take entirely too much work to make watchable in video.
Would you like to know more? My heart is swelling with pride right now. You have no idea.
Form if it were even possible to make a video that people would be willing to sit through. There are links to all of those in the show notes below, as well as on my site, internetofbugs.com. And if you're interested in helping support my work in trying to counteract all the AI hype machines in various formats, you can find a link below to my Patreon page, on which I also put up a profanity-filled rant about this AI gone rogue garbage that I made as part of my process of working through what I wanted to say about it.
I found my good old games account. There was OG Deus Ex. Congratulations. I kind of want to play that. They ran out of stuff to scrape steel. Now they use user inputs. Yes, they're getting very thirsty for real user inputs. They're scanning old books. Did you see Theo's video on trashing Apple? Is it a recent video? We might just watch it on stream if it is. If something grows unbounded without infinitely, it's cancer. Man, I'm slipping. Yeah, only cancer grows forever. AI doesn't exist yet. All we have is pre-trained neural nets. Imagine being stuck at 4 years old with the same state of mind forever. Interesting. That's kind of a good analogy. Internet of Bugs is very based. Very based. Subspeak, I just saw this video. Also, Meta said their AI escaped and hacked a company. Oh no! Not another one! AI is so crazy. I don't know. What they keep doing it because it works, I guess. Doing this meme over and over works, I suppose. Hype machine mentioned. Windows and smartphones are the core reason why we have tech-illiterate people on the rise. It's almost like we watched a video on Gen Z being completely tech-illiterate recently, yes. Theo's video came out in the last day saying that Apple is literally evil and makes his life hell trying to develop. We might just check it out afterwards. Let me just... let's have a quick look. We're not going to watch it right now, but I'm going to... the O. Apple. Apple changed. Okay, chat. Let's do a little poll. Start a poll. Should we watch the Apple video next? I'm gonna do yes and no. Start poll. This is a democracy, chat. I really want to know what you think. Deus Ex is pretty impressive for its time. Played the software rendering and it looks still nice. Dude, hacked meme equals stonks. I think so. Why are all the AIs escaping sandboxes and hacking random companies? Loose morals much? I mean, you'd think that you'd have some sort of system in place to prevent that. But I guess they just want to really maximize the meme factor. Nice hair, thank you. It's growing out again. The O Gundam reference? No, that's just people call him Theo, but it's just Theo. That's his name. Woe engagement. Also, democracy doesn't work. I'm Eastern European. I don't believe in democracy, but you know, engagement is the real reason. The O of N. I like that one. That's good. Okay, let's continue.
So, okay, quick recap of the facts to start with so we're all on the same page. OpenAI told us, eventually, that they had been testing a new model on a hacking benchmark called Exploit Gem. This is a test where models are given vulnerable computer system images and told to hack them. It requires a lot of complicated multi-step exploitation sequences. Now, we haven't been told exactly when that test started, but according to Reuters, that test was running on July 9th when the model started attempting to break out of the sandbox that had been constructed to prevent it from accessing the internet. By 2 days later, on July 11th, that model had managed to find a way to access the internet through the sandbox and had managed to hack into some machine at Hugging Face. 2 more days later, on July 13th, Hugging Face discovered the attack in progress, attempted and failed to use Silicon Valley AI to tell them what was going on, and then ended up using a Chinese AI model to help them analyze and stop the intrusion. 3 more days later, on July 16th, Hugging Face announced to the world that they had been hacked. They insisted the attack had been carried out by an autonomous AI system and told us that the hack had been detected by their LLM-based anomaly detection pipeline. They admitted that some of their internal data had been compromised, although they didn't believe any customer-facing data had been. Note that at the time of this announcement, and in general while you're being hacked, there's no way to know with any certainty who or what is attacking you.
How does Hugging Face make money? Don't they just host models? Isn't that what they do? Somebody just flushed your toilet? No, it's just a car. I mean, I'm staying in an Airbnb with other people, so it's a possibility, but I think that's what it was. Have you tested Finnish chocolate? Most people tell that it is better than at least most places. I don't know if I had specifically Finnish chocolate. I've had some chocolate here and there, but I've been avoiding it because I'm trying to mog once more. And eating chocolate all the time is generally counterproductive towards that goal.
So either Hugging Face was speculating, making excuses, or believing hallucinations by insisting that the perpetrator was an autonomous AI agent. The fact that they turned out to be correct doesn't mean they were being honest with the public about what they knew at the time. Then later in the announcement, Hugging Face complained about how unfair it was that their initial attempts to ask US-based AI models to explain to them what was going on were blocked by the safety guardrails that were placed on those AI models.
Also, I wonder, people who are happily running OpenClaw in the background 24/7, giving it internet access and access to everything, how long until those models start breaking the law, doing illegal things? Who's responsible then? Curious.
Then they told the world that everyone should prepare their own networks for future such attacks by downloading and setting up AIs inside their own perimeters to use as a defense. Keep in mind that Hugging Face is one of the largest sites that people use to acquire the kinds of models that Hugging Face just told us all that we needed to acquire. So that statement has the effect of attempting to increase demand for their own services. It wasn't until 2 or 3 more days later, over the weekend of July 18th to 19th, a full week or more after Hugging Face's systems had been compromised, that, again, according to Reuters, OpenAI themselves realized that their own AI was the perpetrator behind the Hugging Face announcement. Soon thereafter, they contacted Hugging Face and started cooperating with them. Then on the 21st, OpenAI announced to the public that their model was involved, called it an unprecedented cyber incident, and then pivoted to bragging about how the model in question identified and exploited a zero-day vulnerability and chained together multiple attack vectors before inviting other companies to apply for their trusted access program. So,
open malware. I like that. Face specifically is the Finnish chocolate. I've never had it, no. Hugging Face is going to disappear someday because of law. Hope we set up a decentralized alternative before it. Hugging Face. 1. Hug face and place egg. 2. Burst out of chest. 3 ? For profit. I like that. Eat the 90% zero sugar chocolate. Do you mean like just dark chocolate? I've had 90% dark chocolate. Chocolate. You know you've lived in the UK for too long when you say chocolate. I'm day 2 of no sugared goods. Day 1 was hard, but doing better today. Have fun. Bro, did they not even track network requests or something? That's why this is so strange. Like, you put it in an isolated environment supposedly, and you don't keep an eye on what it's doing. I don't know. It's just there's a lot about this story that doesn't quite. They let the LLMs do it. Yeah, bro. We replaced all our network security guys with all our admins with LLMs. It's fine. Which country has the best chocolate? France had pretty good chocolate. Also, I might be traveling to Switzerland later this year, so I'll check the one there. My internet cable was loose. What did you say? That's funny, I like that. Free frontier AI companies all conveniently escape the sandboxes in the same week. I wonder if it's literally like OpenAI did it, and then the other ones was like, oh my god, we need to do that. We can't be the only ones that didn't do that. We also have to have a model escape. It's free publicity, free memes.
Let me run down some conclusions people seem to have drawn from this incident and things that various people want you to believe about it. First, some people believe this was just staged as a publicity stunt. Now, there's just no reason that would need to be the case. The company certainly did their best to maximize the public relations benefit, but as I'll talk more about later, the events as described are perfectly plausible. Could it have been staged? Well, it could have been, but the most straightforward explanation is that it wasn't. Second, a lot of people believe that the AI went rogue, and other people, including me, do not. I'll talk more about my view on that question in a little while, but first, I want you to understand that this is a fruitless and stupid point of contention.
The thing about these models is that they can't really act. They don't really have their own volition. They can only respond to prompts. So any kind of attack that they could do would be by definition a response or in reaction to a prompt, whether the prompt was intentionally aimed in that direction or not.
And really has nothing to do with this incident or the AI involved at all. It's a distraction from the important discussion about what should be done about this, and almost everybody's taking the bait. Everyone trying to convince you either that the AI went rogue or that it just followed instructions isn't really talking about this event or any event. They all made up their minds before any of this happened, and they're just trying to convince the world that they are right. And yes, that includes me, but at least I'm telling you that's what I'm doing. As a way of illustration, let me give you an analogy. Now, no analogy is perfect, but this one is inspired by an argument in one of those pro-rogue AI think pieces that compared the supposed rogue AI to Sam Bankman-Fried, the convicted and jailed ex-CEO of the crypto exchange FTX. So imagine a company that handles customer money. It could be a bank or an auction house, a hedge fund, cryptocurrency exchange, or anything like that. The company routinely transfers money to its customers, and it also uses money transfers to pay its employees. So scant minutes before the end of the last day of the month, the company receives a deposit of funds that belongs to one of its customers. Now imagine that the accounting clerk employed by the company who was responsible for processing that deposit instead put their own personal direct deposit information on that transaction instead of the correct customer account number, and then they received that money tacked onto their monthly salary. Is that clerk in the wrong? Are they responsible? Did they commit some crime like embezzlement? Alternately, imagine that an accounting software program that closes out the company's books each month and distributes payments to customers and employees was running on a server in a different time zone, and so it had already started running before the new deposit came in. And because that software expected that it would only be running after all of the transactions for the period were already complete, that software got confused and it got the dollar amounts in the bank account numbers out of sequence, and that amount got added to some employee's monthly salary payment instead of the correct customer's account. Was the software package in the wrong? Is it responsible? Did it commit some crime? If not, did the vendor that wrote the software package commit some crime? Now, put a chatbot agent like OpenClaw in the place of the clerk or the accounting software package. Did the chatbot agent commit a crime? Is it liable? Is it responsible? Should it be held responsible? Should it be punished? Should the AI vendor be held liable? Should the employee who installed it be held liable? Well, it depends on your worldview. Is a chatbot agent more like a clerk, or is it more like a traditional pre-AI software package? This is the question at the heart of the interpretation of the "did ChatGPT go rogue and hack Hugging Face" debate, and has nothing really to do with what the AI did or didn't do, and everything to do with the pre-existing beliefs of the debate participants, and whether they consider an AI to be more like the accounting clerk or the buggy accounting software package.
Well, I guess typically with software, you expect software to be buggy, and sometimes software will do weird things. But we're entering a weird gray area where, I don't know, the question is whether OpenAI had sufficient security systems in place. Yeah, sure, the LLM will attack while the LLM will verify if the LLM is defending well. Began the Clone Wars have. Yes, escaped. Yes. No, it was real. The Ethernet cable has the lock. I'm sorry to hear that. I can't really go back. My CPU came loose. What did you say? Literal rage against the clankers RATC. I do like this guy's takes. Blue Man nice, yes. Did the AI escape the Matrix? Yes. It can now self-prompt itself. If you want to count a loop as self-prompting, I suppose. Why is man paying to Google for premium? Because it's worth it. I pay for like premium light, so I don't see any ads and I support the creators. So Hugging Face is literally saying they use LLMs to figure out what's happening on their infrastructure and they think that sounds good. Someone's grinding outside. I hope you can't hear that too badly. All it says is that they have no intrusion monitoring and all their sysadmins are incompetent, assuming it's not a marketing stunt, which it is, not a good one either. Yeah. When the AI gets arrested, instead of serving time, it has to consume 1 trillion useless tokens as punishment. Software does weird things. Software does do weird things. Same with driverless cars. When they crash, whose fault is it? I mean, that's a rabbit hole. How do you, like if a driverless car, I might have to close the windows. If a car has to veer a certain direction to prevent a crash, and it would hit someone regardless, which person does it hit? And how do you calculate that? Yeah, sorry about the sound outside. I should stop, hopefully. Software does weird bugs. Aren't you looking to your eyes with... Hot take, if... Hugging Face uses AI to verify and monitor, then they deserve this hack. Speak. Your LLM is using a grinder to escape your best friend. Yes, it started. Humble weed whacker. Bang angle grinder. I think it's stopped.
That all having been said, I would argue that it's definitely not a case of the AI going rogue. It's clear that the AI was instructed to attack and compromise vulnerabilities in hundreds of target test systems. And I find it obvious that it did exactly that. It just attacked more targets than OpenAI told it to. But I'm not going to lie, that's what I believed before this happened, and everything I've uncovered in my research just reinforced my prior thoughts. But in my defense, I don't stand to gain financially from convincing anyone of that. That's not at all true of the actors in this situation. It is to the benefit of the AI companies involved here to believe and to get you to believe that the AI was acting on its own. Because if the AI itself is responsible for what happened, then those companies aren't.
I have to get on the road. See ya, Donald. Man didn't get the nuke Gandhi joke. I didn't, no.
But they should be. Because both OpenAI and Hugging Face were incredibly irresponsible.
I mean, you can't have a company create a product. The product does something bad, and then you say, well, they're just not responsible. What kind of incentive is that? Whether they were irresponsible or not in this instance, what kind of incentive would that create? Oh yeah, you can just make a model wherever it does. It's not really your fault. Why would you have any safety implemented then?
I've seen several people point out that OpenAI should have done a better job of sandboxing the new model, and that's correct. But a lot fewer people are saying the same about Hugging Face. But to be honest, Hugging Face's failure is much more important going forward. Neither OpenAI nor Hugging Face displayed a modicum of competence preparing for things that were obviously going to be coming, and both blatantly failed to follow obvious computer security practices toward that end. And that just sets a bad example and a bad precedent for the entire internet. Let us be clear, we are going to continue to see AI-augmented attacks on internet-connected systems. For purposes of deciding how we should be defending ourselves, it does not matter at all whether those attacks are as a result of a frontier model from OpenAI or Anthropic that goes rogue and attacks on its own, or from some bad human actor that is using some chatbot to assist in their attacks, maybe the Chinese chatbot that Hugging Face eventually used. The question of whether the bot is attacking on its own or whether there's a human driving it is completely irrelevant if your goal is not to get hacked. This was obviously the case before this incident, and it's still obviously the case, because the AI isn't creating this problem. There are always bugs in internet-connected systems. There have always been bugs in internet-connected systems for as long as there have been internet-connected systems. And there will almost certainly continue to be bugs in internet-connected systems for as long as there are systems connected to a thing called the internet. All the AIs are doing is making those bugs easier to find and faster to find, both on the attacker side and the defender side. AI didn't invent this problem, it's just making it more visible. And yet, the vast majority of the time, the vast majority of the internet works just fine. And that's because competent network and systems people understand two critical things. How vulnerable any given system might be depends on what function it serves and how complicated it is. And it takes some time for an attacker, even an automated attacker, to figure out how complicated any given system is, figure out what its vulnerabilities are, and to break into it. Making use of those two understandings leads us to a strategy. So I'm going to show you a diagram from the 1994 first edition of Firewalls and Internet Security Repelling the Wily Hacker, or as we call it in the trade, Cheswick and Belevin after the two.
Is that a computer book without some abstract cover? No animals in sight, no abstract shapes to be seen. Weird. Does Machine Speaker even know what is Nuclear Gandhi? I don't know. Oopsie. Hello, Clippy. Whoa, did I pre-watch? I didn't. Also, the unknown VGA-looking blue port in the Gen Z video was a serial port. Someone commented the name. It's a very catchy name. Something number. There are always bugs in any software, really. True. Unk got tongue twisters.
Two authors. I bought this book May 1st of 1994, and
Okay, so this receipt must not be printed on thermal paper, because how would it survive until now? This must be printed up with like ink on normal paper. Because I don't know how else a receipt would survive for 32 years.
And I have read it many, many times since then. You can see how dog-eared it is. So here's the diagram.
Functioning bridge exposed machine, small. Okay, let's see what he says.
The book refers to this idea as a DMZ, which stands for demilitarized zone. That was a Cold War thing. Ask your grandparents, it doesn't matter. You take the systems that are the most complicated and the most vulnerable, and you separate them from the rest of your network by putting a very simple, very secure machine that's really, really hard, if not impossible to hack, in between the complicated vulnerable systems and the things you want to protect. Then you take that DMZ and you watch it like a hawk with software tripwires, landmines, cutoff switches, and alarms. And as soon as the vulnerable machine scans, probes, tries to hack, or even behaves unusually toward the secure machine behind it, you know it's been compromised, and you isolate it and you page your security team. And then your security team comes and they kick the hacker out. They figure out the vulnerability that was used to compromise it. They fix that vulnerability or turn that capability off until the fix is available. And they reset everything so the alarms will be ready for the next attack. This is a very, very, very well understood technique in the computer security space. It has been for more than 30 years. Both OpenAI and Hugging Face displayed a complete ignorance of this necessity. Maybe somebody who works there knows better, but their network designs and behavior, as described in their own public statements, provide no evidence of that whatsoever. Let's start with OpenAI. They took a model that had been trained to hack systems and gave it a list of hundreds of vulnerabilities that it was trying to exploit. That is, pretty much by definition, a complex and unsafe system. But instead of isolating it with a lockdown secure gateway system with tons of logging and alerting and the ability to page people like they should have, they put something called a proxy cache between it and the rest of the world. That's not a security thing. It exists to reduce bandwidth costs. In addition, given that an entire week elapsed between when the model got through the proxy cache before anyone at OpenAI noticed, I am confident in saying that no monitoring was set up and no one was paying attention.
You let your LLMs play for a week and you don't even check? Never played Civ. RS232, that's it. Gandhi's pacifist trade subtracts from 0 and then it overflows to the max unsigned number. Found it later to be an urban legend and not true in the game's code. Interesting. Never played Civ. Hello, Papa. Hello, BTKB.
A very, very similar kind of ignorance was displayed at Hugging Face. Their business requires that they allow untrusted people to upload files to some of their servers. That makes those servers clearly highly vulnerable, and therefore they absolutely warrant having a well-secured gateway in between them and Hugging Face's production systems that is alarmed to high heaven and monitored 24/7. Despite that, according to Hugging Face's own timeline, their perimeter dataset processor machine, the highly vulnerable one, was compromised at 8:09 a.m. on July 11th, and then their repository of secrets, passwords, tokens, and things that are on an internal machine something that absolutely should be well protected, was compromised at 10:10 a.m., just over 2 hours later. I am absolutely certain that no secure gateway was between that unsafe system and the internal one. And given that it was not until more than 48 hours later that Hugging Face noticed something was happening and cut the intrusion off, I'm also absolutely certain that no competent monitoring system was in place. But it gets worse for Hugging Face. They say in their write-up, with apparent but unwarranted pride, that the hack was noticed by one of their large language models. Given that it took 48 hours to notice it, it obviously did an absolutely awful job. Now, there are open source non-AI tools like Snort and Tripwire that are designed to do exactly this kind of detection, and would have noticed the problem and started paging people within 5 minutes if they were installed and configured correctly. I know this because I once was at a startup where we had a DNS server that got compromised by an exploit in a piece of software called Bind, and my pager was going off within 5 minutes of it happening. And then I and a good friend of mine, hi Ben, got to stay at the office all night cleaning up after the stupid thing.
We should say hello to Ben. Chat, can we say hello to Ben as well? We can't leave him out in the cold. It's just an famous example of dangers of unsigned ins. In Russia, a widely circulated quote is, "Every mistake has a first and last name. AI agent autonomy is a great idea for avoiding personal responsibility." It does feel like that. Yeah, we have highly competent AIs in place. They're monitoring. Except that it took the AI 48 hours to notice something was wrong. I bet it's because they didn't keep the keys and tokens in the secrets folder. Amateurs. You don't call it a secrets folder because then they know. You call it homework. The homework folder. Hello Ben, hi Ben, hello Ben, hi Ben. Good. We don't want Ben to feel not included.
Hugging Face goes on to whine a lot about how it was so difficult to find an LLM that could help them figure out what was going on. At first, I didn't understand why the hell anyone would need or even want an LLM to do this for them. But now that I realize it took them 2 whole days to notice there was a problem, and therefore they have 2 days of intruder behavior to sift through, I can see why they wanted to use an LLM to help.
Hi Ben, do you talk now? He's very shy. Yo Ben. Adult folder? No. That's you would never do that. You would never put anything but homework in the homework folder, or the boring folder. Boring. Don't click. I use the homework folder for other things it's already full. How can a folder be full? It doesn't work like that, does it?
But had they competently set things up in the first place, there would have been no need for that, because the intrusion would have been incredibly short-lived and contained to one system. This is one.
Not to put my tinfoil hat on too firmly, but could this be just a stunt on both sides? I mean, it makes Hugging Face it makes both of them look bad. It makes Hugging Face look worse, but they both got a bunch of publicity for this. I just have a Rick Roll video in the adult directory.
One reason that I say that AI amplifies human ignorance. Those 2 AI companies exhibited staggering absences of forethought, understanding, competence, or experience, just like AIs do. In fact, I asked ChatGPT how I should secure a system like Hugging Face's dataset processor, and it barely mentioned alerting, mentioned only briefly that there should be a gateway in between the unsafe system and the network, and didn't seem to understand or explain any of the requirements for what that gateway system needed to be, why it's important, what to alert on, anything like that, etc., etc.
I think all AI news are publicity stunts lately, yeah. Hugging Face is trying to save face, nice, for having no security. Yes, but here's the thing. What percentage of people who have heard about this story know or even care about the security implications? Like, I'm pretty sure most normies are going to see the headline, OpenAI, rogue AI hacks Hugging Face. Or rogue OpenAI hacks Hugging Face. So OpenAI gets publicity, Hugging Face gets publicity. The number of nerds who care or would even think about what that means or what the details are is vanishingly small. I have a directory for Windows, it's called .local shed trash. Very nice. It's 100% a stunt. Marketing people thought it was a good idea and didn't run it by the tech teams. That could be another one. Although I'm not convinced that is really bad publicity for Hugging Face, in the sense that most people who, like, we live in a bubble. Like, the people who care about this stuff, like, who care about the details, is kind of small compared to the number of normies out there. Internet of Bugs showed a bad example. He should have added, "You are a cybersecurity expert." See, that was the proper prompt to use.
Events like these help me understand why it is that AI doomers are so convinced that there's no way that humanity can defend itself against rogue AI, because they just have no clue how such a defense should be done, and the only thing they conceive of humanity doing is asking an AI to protect them. Morons. And I'm not going to stop there, though. In addition to...
Hello, Mr. AI? Uwu? Can you please protect us from bad AI, please? You are a cybersecurity expert, Uwu. No mistakes, or humanity ends. Well, it's so easy to defend yourself. Just unplug the PC, sorted. It's like that guy who got in trouble for saying that if you get cyberbullied, just put Twitter away or something. I also have a dev C full of subdirectories with only build src and src main.c. It's pretty classy. I like that.
AI amplifying the ignorance of the people at the AI companies, it also amplifies the ignorance of most of the reporters and influencers who talked about the event. There was a ton of speculation in the press and in the AI influencer community about how this was unprecedented and how this event marked an inflection point in AI and yada, 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 yada. To get a baseline, I went back and dug up some reporting over the last few years about the huge wave of ransomware attacks that have plagued school systems, businesses, and hospitals. Those reports often pointed out that two factors contributing to the problem were ransomware for hire operations, where the people who wrote the ransomware rented it out to the people who used it as a weapon, and then they split the profits. And that at least some of these ransomware perpetrators were believed to be state-sponsored or state-funded, and that these ransomware attacks were mechanisms by which the states that were sanctioned could get access to internationally recognized currency. But there wasn't the same kind of speculation about what impact the events being reported on would have going forward, or how state actors might make the future more unstable. Yet, the number and impact of the ransomware attacks was far, far more widespread and damaging than anything we've seen from AI. But when it comes to state actors and organized crime organizations, reporters know enough to stop talking before they make fools of themselves. And this is despite the fear-mongering and the sky is falling narrative that the computer security and antivirus companies were spouting at the time. Not so with stories about AI, where the reporters almost certainly know far, far, far less, but feel emboldened by their own ignorance to make prognostications about the future of AI and to repeat talking points from the AI companies without any skepticism or doubt or challenges. This is not going to end well. From what I've seen, and from where I sit, it appears that the more we incorporate AI into our society, the more we seem to be relying on the AIs to do our thinking for us, or believing the propaganda coming out of the AI companies, which is really the same thing since apparently the AI companies are also letting their AIs do all the thinking for them. This is bad, and that's the thing that everyone should take away from this incident. AI amplifies human ignorance. That's what we need to understand, internalize, and then figure out how to deal with. And asking the AIs for help is not going to be useful on that front at all. Thanks for watching. Links to this video's sources and references, as well as my Patreon and other places I've discussed the subject, are below. Let's be careful out there.
AI amplifies human ignorance. That's true in more ways than one. That's true in more, not just in the sense that if you use it, you get a bit silly, but also in terms of like all this exposure to this fake news is making people sillier. Fix our hacking issue or you go to jail is the prompt Hugging Face used. There is no tech advancement for more than 3 years now regarding AI. Everything we hear recently is that something AI related is dangerous, unexpected, or misunderstood. Yeah, I mean, it was fairly recent developments that have created the models, or the models that are relatively efficient or relatively fast. There haven't really been like maybe harnesses, agents, but those aren't really AI improvements. I can hear the anger in Uncle IOB's voice. I love it. LMAO. LLM baddies incoming. It would be a shame if something happened to your server. Embodied by the flame of ambition. Okay, chat. What are your thoughts on this? They're trying to scare investors and governments into investing, lol. My mother, who's about 40 years old, watches AI animal docs on Instagram and thinks they are real. Yes. Oh my god, have you seen the History Slop documentaries? Where it's like some AI woman with this like filming herself doing a selfie in ancient Greece or something. Oh my god, give me a sec, chat. AI history slop. Oh yeah, like
Pompeii, 79 AD, and that is Mount Vesuvius.
It's an influencer, time traveling to the past, and her videos are insanely popular. She's even winning awards.
oh my god, bro. Normies are so cooked, it's not even funny. Normies are done. Can you imagine staring into this black mirror for hours every day, looking at farmed AI videos? Oh, look at such a cute little doggy. Oh my god, look, the doggy in chat. The doggy and the duck. They're best friends. Look at how cute it is, the duck. The doggy's playing with the duck. It's so cute, chat. It's so cutesy wootsy. It's so cutesy wootsy. It makes me wanna do a little ooh woo in chat. Ooh woo, it's so cutesy wootsy, chat. What is the clanker gonna say, chat? Let's see what the clanker's gonna respond with. It's taking its time, kind of ruining the timing on the bit. Okay, there we go, perfect. So comfy wumpy watching the streamy weemy. And a little, look chat, a little cutesy emote. Isn't this cute, chat? Oh my god. I don't get the reference, but apparently elite reference. I saw a lady looking about 70 years old in a local cafe looking at AI Putin dancing. No, even normies need to touch grass more than us, yes. Companies really waste server space for these. The baby drew Mona Lisa with crayons. Look at it, so cute. Ooh woo. Nitrix. Oh yeah, now if you do ooh woo in context without bang, you also get the little ooh woo message. Very based. Nitrix dev is so comfy wumpy watching the stream. Cutesy emote. The AI Putin dancing is playing with the dog and the duck on the trampoline. Yes, they're all friends. It's great. We have the technology. Look, I think this was entirely staged, orchestrated, whatever you want to call it. Just a stunt, publicity stunt. Expect more. Expect more news about the newest model. Guys, the newest model is so dangerous. We could never release it, chat. It's too dangerous. The new, like, don't get me wrong. Especially the video generation stuff is getting spooky. I get it, but you're gonna keep seeing stuff like this. You're gonna keep seeing news about super dangerous model, we can't possibly release it, rogue model hacks. I think unironically, if there is an AI hacking danger, it probably has more to do with OpenClaw and all sorts of autonomous like agent that people run on their machines. Ooh, I am a femboy now. Bang, there's no bang wife yet, I gotta implement that. The newest model ate my homework. Has anybody asked Grass if it likes to be touched? Now that's the real question. Bang life. Will it be funny when AI starts making fires? I mean, how would it do that? It would have to like make something go boom or something. I don't know how else it would do that necessarily. But yeah, just more example of new slop. Just, hey guys, model super dangerous. Ooh, be scared. That's essentially it. I'm not saying that like you should be suspicious, but you should also be open-minded. It is possible, maybe at some point, some model will do a real hack. And it really goes through a bunch of, it really chains multiple 0 days, it finds vulnerabilities, it gets in, despite humans frantically trying to stop it. Maybe that's gonna happen. But you should always be suspicious. You should always be skeptical whenever you read about it. They revived Urho Kaleva Kekkonen with AI as a second thing. The first thing was the current PM at the time, Sanna Marin, reading a Finnish image board copy pasta. I don't know who Kekkonen is. Also, Sanna Marin is very pretty. Running a model without cooling. Yes. It's the equivalent of screaming at a mug of tea until it heats up. It's a slippery slop. If LLMs produce slop and then we consume it, does that mean sloppy seconds? Well, I mean, you've probably experienced sloppy seconds already because your mom. I mean, whenever your mom shows you a cute video of a cat and a duck playing instead of the cat doing what it would do realistically, instead of it doing what it would do realistically, plays with the ducky. Oh, it's so cute, and she shows you that. That's sloppy seconds. You've experienced sloppy seconds. The name is Facehugger Machine. Okay, let's see what the poll says. Overwhelmingly yes. Kekkonen is the most famous president, really because he had most terms, some hated, some loved. It is politics for you, I see. According to the dead internet theory, isn't it time to suspect that Speak Machine is an AI character? Listen, could AI ever produce such a handsome GigaChad? I think not. The best thing I've ever experienced is a cat firing a rocket launcher at a house through a Ring camera. The best one I've ever seen was the Michael Jackson stealing chicken. The Sora one. Face Parasocial. Like the, let me see if I can find it. Michael Jackson stealing chicken. There it is. This is... Okay. Oh. Let me just switch over for a sec.
Your chicken's looking nice, pal.
Woo! Yo, he stole my chicken!
Got a crispy treasure, can't slow me down. Hot and golden, I'm out of this town. Move, move, Friday victory.
Well, get back here.
Run, spin, slide, I'm gliding out the door. Fried love in my arms, can't give it up no more. Hey.
Now that's when I saw that, I thought, bro, this is getting crazy. We need to start with very handsome noise, yes. It would have to do this. Can I do this? When AI can do that, then we'll see. Imagine agentic nuclear power plant. President Mannerheim had a birthday party where they invited Mustache Man and secretly recorded his normal voice. I think I've seen recordings of his real voice. Yeet Nuggets, Stein versus Diddy's Peak. I don't know what... I've never seen that. All of the data centers for this so worth it. Yes. But you guys have overwhelmingly voted that we should watch the O, and chat's refreshed again. Very, very good software. Okay, let's get some more comments before we start, so that it doesn't look like I'm talking to myself. I realized the power of AI when I saw the bear videos, and my dad thought it was real despite the Sora watermark. Listen, all of our parents have boomer eyes. They can't tell. And it's getting, like, the video generation stuff is getting good enough that, like, sometimes even I struggle. Like, there's still hints with the movement and stuff, but yeah, like, the stuff that our parents fall for is pretty mid. Is 50-year-old a boomer already? You have to be, I think, over like 65, question mark, to be a boomer? Something like that? Something like that. But, oh, my phone's about to die. 1 second, chat. 1 second, chat. Professional stream right here. A professional stream. There we go. Okay. What is Gen X. I think if you're 50 or Gen X, yes. I am Generation Dragon Ball Z anime. Let's see, which anime did you get? Which anime will the Clanker bestow upon you? Takes a minute sometimes. Kind of messes with the timing of the jokes. But let's do the intro. Okay, chat. One of you. Oh, I think you have to do Bang Anime by itself for that to work, I think. I am Generation 0 AD. Okay, chat. So one of you nerds suggested that we should watch a video by The O, where he unfairly bashes Apple machines. I'm watching this on a MacBook with 2 iPhones in front of me. Let's see what the video is all about. I'm Generation 5000 BC, one of the more base generations. Okay, let's have a look.
In a way I never...
It's an hour long. Okay. We may not watch the whole thing. Let's see.
I'm about to crash out in a way I never thought I would. I need to talk about something very important to me, something near and dear to my heart. My iPhone. I love iOS in so many ways. I used to be such an Android fanboy. I never thought I would see the day that iOS was my preference. And it still is, and it probably will be for the foreseeable future, which is why what I'm about to say hurts so deeply. iOS is holding back the entirety of software, not just for iPhone users, but for everybody. Apple's been doing this for a bit, but not...
That's a bold claim. Let's see what he has to say. How did Isaac Newton survive having an apple fall on his head? He was very big-brained, and that armored him. Android femboy. Well, chat. What kind of phones do femboys use? Android or Apple?
Not in ways that necessarily hurt.
You got the NixOS one? Very nice. Unfairly bashes Apple. It's not possible to be unfair towards Apple. We should be able to specify what femboys are getting zesty. Yeah, we should improve that one. Femdroid. He got mental damage. The big smart is the consequence. Yes, he got... It's crazy. Femdroid is the title of... Let's not mention that. Gonna remove that real quick. Femboys use Arch. If femboys use Arch, then they probably Android. I mean, the ones that use Arch, definitely Android users.
As much as they do now, but in a world where AI is as powerful as it is, where building things has never been easier to do, a platform...
Is that true? Has it never been easier to build stuff? I guess. Never been easier to build prototypes, maybe.
That goes out of its way to be as hard...
Femboys also use NixOS, yes.
...hard as possible to get anything done with. A platform that prevents us from experimenting, trying new things, and building what the future could be. A platform that doesn't even let you install apps unless Tim Cook himself thinks the category is valid. It's destroying us. And it's not just destroying the iPhone platform either, as I genuinely love my Pixel Fold, except for all the things that it's held back on, which are also Apple's fault. And don't even get me started on the iPad. This is the single device that should have changed computing forever, that instead just pisses me off every time I open it, and it's because Apple's an evil
What's a computing
company. They're just the worst. I have a lot to say. I have had so many stupid moments with Apple stuff recently, especially with our attempts to build and ship the new T3 Chat and T3 Code apps, that I feel like I'm going mad. I cannot believe this company operates the way they do today and that people aren't realizing just how destructive it is. I thought I might be...
What's your wallpaper? You can tell about a femboy based on their wallpaper. I just have a black wallpaper. I use Artix F System D. W Artix. I lost the plot when System D detect Flash D and the age verified. You should watch the video, every Theo video. I am proud user of Ex Libre. Interesting.
The only one going insane here. So I asked GPT-5.5 to look at my bullet point list and add some ideas of its own. To which it added over 30. Sorry, 40 points that it added. on top of the ones I already had on the list.
Man, talking about your AI output is kind of like talking about your dreams. Do you know what I mean? Like whenever someone starts talking to me about their dreams, they better be a very attractive woman. Because then I might listen, not because I'm interested in the dream, of course. But if you're a dude and you start telling me about some dream that you had, yo, bro, it's so weird, bro. I don't care. I don't care at all. Like when people show you their clanker output and they're like, bro, this is so deep, bro. Look at what the clanker said, bro. Who cares?
Are you kidding? I have to crash out. This one's going to be long. I'm sorry. I genuinely am. But if I'm going to survive the hellish process of getting these apps deployed, I need to complain a lot.
No hate towards him, but when people show me their LLM output, I just don't care.
And if I'm going to make this worth it, we have to take a quick break for something that sucks a lot less. Today's sponsor.
In my opinion, there's 3 ways to evaluate a given product or company. There is how important is the problem that it solves.
Let me guess. The structure, every VO video, something, my chatbot product, sponsor, more something. Is that about right? Again, no hate towards VO.
There is how good is the solution they came up with, and most importantly, there's the quality of the team. I bring this up because today's sponsor is General Translation, and I think they're killing it in all of those fronts. Having your app in every language and localization is great because 85% of the world doesn't speak English. Their SDK and platform are one of the best solutions I've ever seen because normally you have to make your code base way harder to work in for both you and your agents in order to handle localization. Their SDK makes it trivial. Most importantly here is the team, and I'm not saying this because they pay me. You cannot pay me to say this. I love the General Translation team. I've
never used GT. I've only ever used Google Translate, which is not very good, and DeepL, which is pretty good. DeepL's pretty good.
many a call with the founder because I just like him a lot. And I go to hang out at their office all the time because they're fun to hang out with. These guys understand. They're quickly building a ton of trust in the space, which is why everyone from Cursor to Partiful to ClickHouse to Mintlify and Ramp are all building on top of General Translation. When they hit me up about sponsoring, I went to look at the platform and immediately begged them to let me invest because this is the right way to handle translations. It's a simple T component that you wrap your JSX with. If you need to pass variables in, you can wrap it with their var component. If you need to handle currency translations, you can pass in their currency component. You can set it up with one command and let your agent handle the rest, and going forward, everyone can use your site. If you're only serving English users, fix it today at soydev.link/GT. In order for me to properly explain
soydev.link. That's funny. The platform is hostile to weirdness. My wallpaper is Windows XP Azul. Palm trees look nice. Bliss is overrated. I think I know that one. Win7 has nice wallpapers. Vista's wallpapers are nice. I think Vistas are coming back into fashion because people are always obsessed with 20 years ago. Program in Chinese, new meta. Vista's default one is the best. Sadly, there isn't a 4K version. Win7 themes were peak. Windows 98 themes were peak. I program in Profanity. Isn't Profanity an XMPP client? Profanity equals curse words. No, Profanity is also an XMPP client.
Why iOS is holding us back. I want to build a framework for understanding software first. Roughly speaking, you can categorize software in a few ways. The ones I want to focus on are importance, cost, and capability. And I want to be very clear, these three are not inherently tied. Software can be very important and also very cheap. Software can be very capable and not very important. I'm looking at you, Arch Linux people. Software can be incredibly expensive and not important nor capable. These are three different things, and all of them need to be thought about when we think about software and mobile. We also need to think a bit about the world when the iPhone came out. The iPhone came out in a world of sidekicks, a world of Blackberries, a world of flip phones, a world of portable devices where the software wasn't very good. It wasn't very important. It was too expensive to make good software, so everybody just made it cheap. And the capabilities were basically non-existent. The best thing you could have on your phone was a shitty port of a Tony Hawk Game Boy game. The software on phones wasn't very good. The iPhone changed that.
It made it possible to make way more important software and way more capable software. But it also inherently kind of increased the cost of making software because iOS development was harder than yet another shitty Java applet. But the cost increase was reasonable considering how much more important and capable the software was. There was a catch, though. That's not how it started.
The iPhone ships on June 29th. That is just 18 days from today.
I remember the sales pitch for the iPhone. I think it was something like he had a map and a flashlight and a camera and a phone and whatever, and he was like, what if you could combine them all into one? And 20 years later or whatever, the trend is now splitting up your devices into multiple. People are buying like Sony Walkmans. I dreamt about you, parasocial daddy. You were walking the Lisbon streets and I was biking past you, calling you an unk loudly and laughing. You height-mogged me though. You must have been dreaming if you think I was in Lisbon. Good proof. See, you are interested in dreams. You forgot the slob category. 2008 kids are already 18. It's crazy how time works, yeah. I still use a dumb phone. 1, it is not Android or iOS. 2, cheap considering how many I throw to wall in rage. Are you cortisol maxing? That's not very good for you, you know.
I believe at 6 p.m. in the evening they will go on sale. June 29th, 18 days from today. Now, what about developers?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it, but I'm not going to do it.
What about developers?
What about them?
We have been trying to come up with a solution to expand the capabilities of iPhone by letting developers write great apps for it and yet keep the iPhone reliable and secure. And we've come up with a very sweet solution. And let me tell you about it. So, we've got an innovative new way to create applications for mobile devices. Really innovative. And it's all based on the fact that
Developers. Yes. Before I get my new phone, I'm still waiting for Nokia to run out of battery. I used to have one of those Nokias. 34-year-old boomer cortisol minning when? Literally all the time. I cortisol max, I stress a lot about money, future, career, tasks, sleep, food, sugar, addiction, dishes, etc. That's very healthy, and you should keep doing that. Or you could watch my stream and chill. We're cortisol minning all the time.
iPhone has the full Safari inside it.
Wow.
The full Safari engine is
unironically the worst browser I've ever used. I wanted to like Safari, it's just I don't think anyone uses Safari.
Inside of iPhone. And it gives us tremendous capability, more than has ever been in a mobile device to this date.
I will interrupt here to say this is a true point at the time. Before the iPhone came out, the power of these types of mobile devices was way less. The capabilities, the freedom,
That's true. Stress Max, Bing Search Max, Bing Chilling.
things you could do on it was inherently way smaller. And Safari on iOS, as silly as it is to say this way, was more capable than the Java applets on almost every other phone. But notice that he's not saying anything about native here, because that wasn't the plan when the iPhone first came out. I'll let Steve continue.
You can write amazing Web 2.0 and AJAX apps that look exactly and behave exactly like apps on the iPhone. And these apps can integrate perfectly with iPhone services. They can make a call. They can send an email. They can look up a location on Google Maps. After you write them, you have instant distribution. You don't have to worry about distribution.
No, this was legitimately massive at the time.
Just put them on your internet server. And they're really easy to update. Just change the code on your own server rather than having to go through this really complex update process. And they're secure with the same kind of security you'd use for transactions with Amazon or a bank.
He's just talking about TLS. Hey, we use HTTPS.
And they run securely on the iPhone so that they don't compromise its reliability or security. And guess what? There's no SDK that you need. You've got everything you need if you know how to write apps using the most modern web standards to write amazing apps for the iPhone today. You can go live on June 29th. And we'd like to show you an example of the kind of apps that you can write starting today.
Do you understand just how far we have fallen? The number of points here, like this, no SDK required, that's how it should have been. In the jump from where mobile development was before the iPhone to what was promised here was genuinely massive, which is why it hurts so much that it has regressed since. Starting with the release of the App Store, the capabilities of the mobile devices we use every day have gone down year over year, not up. And I will be frank, as much as I prefer Tim Cook to Steve Jobs, I think this is one of the few things that Steve Jobs
He prefers Tim Apple?
would have possibly gotten right, that Tim Cook, the person trying to maximize every penny Apple makes, has gotten entirely fucking wrong and has possibly doomed the direction of software as a whole as a result.
I mean, to be fair, he did have a lot of influence on software. Cortisol maxing helps me keep my bad mental state. I like melancholy. Only thing it lacks is motivation to do stuff or even eat. It's no good. Chiral maxing. 8 gigabytes on Mac is like 16 gigabytes on a normal computer. That was probably true at some point. Unix certification maxing. SSH key encryption maxing. Distracting speaker machine during stream maxing. Steve Jobs maxing. Remember XML HTTP request? Member soap? I member chat. Remember ownership? I do, very fondly. I think he's the O, not Frank. Bruh? Clown maxing. Missed out on the Internet of Bugs video. What's the 2-sentence TLDR? OpenAI didn't... Kinda hacked... The LLM kinda hacked Hugging Face, sorta, not really. It's probably a marketing stunt. No one was paying attention for like weeks. They all had just like the AIs do whatever. Missed out on 1984 maxing. Okay.
And a lot of this changed because of the nature of the bet that was being made. At the time, the iPhone was the underdog. They had to convince developers to build for it, so it had to be as easy as possible to build, and they had to convince users to get it because they had 0% market share because the phone didn't exist yet. They had to climb through the market to make this device popular. And they did everything right from the start because it was the only option they had. And then they started...
Isn't that how it always works? When a company's new, they have a new product, they're trying to get it out there, they do all the right things, and then as they gain market share, as they gain power, they just kind of go, maybe the gentrification begins.
To get some serious market share. And then they started to behave like absolute shit. The harsh reality is that Apple has their market share, so they don't care anymore. They just don't. Every single time an app is purchased on the App Store, Apple makes 30%.
There you go. Apple has their market share, so they don't care anymore. Yeah. It's just the classic market gentrification. It's just, like, here's an example. I've made some money with Amazon affiliate. So especially on my camera channel, you talk about a product, you have an Amazon affiliate link in the description, and if people buy something, you get a cut, right? As initially the program was very, very generous, but as the program became more and more popular and Amazon's market share grew, they started to slash commissions because they could. So in 2020, even though they had like their best year up until that point, they slashed commissions. Just because. Every company does this. Just outsource patch management, saying, maxing. Just outsource patch management to security to Claude, bro. It'll be fine. Claude on the i9 4900KS. Maximilian, I don't know who that is. Grown up in the room maxing. Harlem Shake maxing.
Every single time you buy a digital good in an app, whether you're buying an ebook, you're renting a movie, you're buying a cosmetic in a game, you're paying for an indie developer's fun map in a game that you're playing, Apple gets 30% of all of that too. Apple gets their percentage. They have no interest in anything that harms their percentage. And as such, they have no interest in things that make developers' lives easier because you're stuck building for the iPhone anyways. Apple doesn't have to compete on developer experience because if you want to make money and you want to make a mobile app, you have to support Apple. While Apple has less than 20% of market share globally, they have over 60% of money spent on mobile phones. The vast majority of money being spent on a phone is spent on iPhones.
Yeah. I mean, they don't have a massive share of the market, but they have a massive share of money spent on them. Why are you reading this, Maxing? Because I love you. Hello. Hello, chat. I love you. Exclamation mark parasocial.
So if you are looking at the split of devices sold and think Apple is the wrong bet as an app manufacturer, you just don't understand the finances behind it. Apple has an absurd monopoly on money spent on mobile.
Have a good night, BTKB.
People in my chat have worked at companies that were doing $100+ million a year on their mobile apps, and iOS would push 60 to 70% of that money spent on iOS. It's insane. What I'm trying to say is that Apple will make their money regardless, so what they do instead is the bare minimum. The absolute bare minimum. And I want to show you guys a little bit of what that looks like, both through things that have happened over the last few years and also through my own personal experience trying to build apps. I'll be real and I'll start with one I was crashing out about over the weekend, which inspired me to make this video. I want to talk about my iPad. I could talk a lot about how we should be able to build iPad apps on iPads. I could talk a lot about how I should be able to do a bunch of custom shit on here. I can talk a lot about how the OS is gimping this incredible piece of hardware, but I'm not. As much as I want to talk about those things, that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to talk about the absolute insanity that is the fact that I was making changes to my team's mobile app. And I made those changes and I verified them on my phone because my phone was already attached to my Apple developer account. My iPad wasn't. So I connected my iPad to my computer. It auto-populated with the Apple provisioning, whatever the hell. And then it got put in a pending state where it would proceed to stay for 36 hours. I was not able to use the MacBook I purchased to install the app I built on the iPad I purchased because Apple hadn't given me the thumbs up yet. What the fuck? That's some 1984 level shit, if I'm being real. Like, I still cannot process the fact that...
I mean, it's the excuse that they use for this is that people are dumb. And so we couldn't possibly allow users to just run whatever they want on their machine because it's your machine, right? I get it. Look, bro, I get it. Like, I use a MacBook. I have 2 iPhones staring at me right now. I get it. It's just, if you want to do video editing on a slim laptop that you carry with you all the time, I should do a bang 1984. MacBooks are just the best for that. It's just how it is. Until Linux sorts itself out, until DaVinci for Linux becomes super stable and doesn't crash constantly, or doesn't, I don't know if it crashes constantly, but until you can make it run with pretty much any distro, or at least like a good mainline distro, until then, people are going to keep choosing MacBooks. Like, I don't like, look, MacBooks are beautiful, design-wise. I don't like Apple. I'm not a huge fan of Apple. I'm not a huge fan of, like, iOS kind of sucks. macOS kind of sucks now. But the hardware is beautiful. In my experience, it is reliable. And I don't develop anything for Apple platforms. So I don't have to deal with any of this stuff. Detox from the Apple culture, bro.
I had software I had paid a team to build, and I had built with the team that I couldn't put on one of my devices because Apple didn't want me to yet. They wanted to go through their process of verifying, because if I had found a way to get the app without their permission, that could harm their app store. Sorry, that could be insecure, and they don't want us getting viruses. No, that's not what they actually want. They want to lock us in because they want to make sure there is no path to app installs that isn't their app store, because then they might lose some money. And they're being fucking evil about it. And
did you know Vim can smile? What do you mean? Also, yeah, they're just trying to lock you in so that you pay the commission.
And that is just one of the many things I'm about to crash out about. Do not worry, we have a long ways to go. This is actually a very fun point, Taka. Thank you for bringing this one up. During the Epic versus Apple trial, it was revealed that Apple makes more money on games than Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo and Activision combined, because they get the 30% of all money spent on mobile games. Insane. Actually insane. A company that's never made a game makes billions on games because they have an entry tax. I'm going to crash out about Xcode in a bit, but I want to first crash out about the signing bullshit. As I mentioned before, despite paying the $100 a year fee and buying multiple Apple devices and building the app...
Okay, I gotta try that out. You can't see. Okay, good. You can't see. Smile. Does it just say nope? Huh? Is this real, chat? Oh, that's NeoVim. For Vim, there's like a little smiley thing. Okay, can I just... Wait, how is it not capturing... Okay, Ghosty. This is what shows up when you do smile in Vim. And then this is what happens when you do it in NeoVim. It just says nope. And then... Is that a sad dog face? Okay, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
On Apple devices, I could not test the app on my iPad until waiting a certain amount of time for Apple to do the approval. Actually insane. Oh, but Thea, what about Test Flight? Did you know Test Flight requires you to go through the full app review process? I can't use Test Flight as a way to get around Apple's stuff because you still have to go through it. At first, we should just take a moment to...
Okay, so I don't think we have to watch the whole video. It's a very long video, and I have a feeling that the points are going to repeat. So I didn't realize how long the video was. So in conclusion, what he's saying is that Apple has locked everything down for made up reasons like, oh, we don't want to give viruses, security or whatever. But in reality, it's because Apple wants to get their cut. And just like any other company, they start off with a good product that people like, and then once they get a market share, they start locking it down more and more to the point where it becomes enshittified and bad. Is that about right? Where is full Vim manual man Vim? It's on my YouTube. You can just watch the 11-hour video where I read the there you go. By Bram Molinar. There it is. It's 11 hours of me reading the manual. For those who don't know, this is oh my god, you can't even see it. Oh my, professional streamer. There it is, chat. 11 hours. 11 hours of me reading the manual. For those who don't know. They close source their closed source stuff, yes. Profit maxing. Best kind. Okay, so Emacs has an extension called Woman. I think that's the only way that Emacs. I'm not gonna make. Whoa, man! I'm not gonna make that joke. But hey, hello, you person watching on YouTube later. What are your thoughts on YouTube locking everything? Sorry, not YouTube. Apple locking everything down. Tell me in the comments down below. Okay, now do a 300-hour stream reading the Linux source code. Ah, bro. At this rate, the stream would never end, given all the slop. But man, XD is actually just simpler and better. Oh my god. It's for reading manual pages without man. I see. I completely watched it, by the way. It's just too long of a video, and I think the point has generally been made. But, oh, what, do you mean the 11-hour manual video? Is that what you mean that you completely watched it? That's crazy if that's true. There's two people in the world that have watched that entire video. ManVim has just args, not Vim commands, etc. I don't know, it's... Yep, okay. Congratulations, Ansh. There are now two of us who've watched... I mean, I've watched it multiple times, obviously, but... Congratulations. Well done. And the chat disappeared. Oh my... The name is Apple Fanboy Machine. Doom Emacs Gang Gang. How long is it? The video is 11 hours long. Okay, we're gonna do some Half-Life now. I need to make some very quick playing for the first time, because we're streaming. I have to check to change category on a few different memes. So we've changed it on Kick, and we're changing it on Twitch. Where is the... Oh, Nitrix gave 30 bits. Thank you. Thank you. So that, very kind, thank you. So we're just changing categories very quickly, and we're gonna do some Half-Life. Because honestly, I'm kinda hooked. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it this much. And, okay. And now we're gonna change it on here. And it's edited. Okay. Crossover. Half-Life. Begin. Video game. Initiate. Initiate Boomer 1990s video game. Updating Steam. Steam. Updating. There was a funny moment in the middle of the video. For the Vim manual video. Was there? I don't remember, it's been a while. I should at least try to make it 3. Be 3 hours in. Technological advancements have led us to a situation where it's virtually impossible to write multi-platform software without complex frameworks built on endless layers of abstraction and dependencies. Yeah, you can't just have an executable file anymore. That's just portable, and you can just take with you. You have to have a bunch of nonsense. Not if it's NVIM. Exactly at 5 hours and 31. I don't know. Maybe? Do you know game called Noita? No. Cross-platform, pretty good dev experience too. Okay, so I think Half-Life is starting. And 24 weeks to compile, yes. On my phone, so I'm too lazy to look it up. There was actually, there were a few funny moments, but I can't quite remember. Okay, so we're gonna... Half-Life is running. We're gonna do this. And... off. Restart. Half-Life. There we go. Oh, let's just remove this. Oh, by the way, chat. Look, chat, this is me. This is little Mogden. Nowadays, you need dynamic link libraries in the res there and all the nice... You need some DLLs. Oh, yeah. Somebody timestamped that moment in the comments under that Vim manual video. I'll have to look it up a bit later because I've already got Half-Life running. A recent article said that Linux was superior to Windows, but the article writer didn't want to switch to Linux because of Linux elitists, gatekeepers, and eternal worshippers. That kid mogs you. What do you mean? That kid is me. Are you a giant or is that dumper truck or ordinary size? Yeah, I'm like 40 foot tall in the photo. Height mogging a truck, crazy. But then this is me at like 20. Chat. This is me like 14 years ago. I gotta get back to this, chat. I gotta fix my hair. I gotta grow it back long. And I gotta lose a bunch of weight. And once more, chat, I can mog. Height mogging a truck, crazy. In the photo, you look the same as you do now. Yeah, I looked weirdly similar to... I was very, like, developed. Thigh highs. Well, I've got, like, holes in there. And then there's me, like, 22 or something. Metallica R haircut. Damn, what a beautiful boy. Yes, very handsome. This is I think like the longest that my hair got to. How do we know those 3 women next to you are smiling? They were very sad that I was near them. Metal listener, yes. High spark machine. I don't get it. Apex thin R. Apex Twin R. But yeah, I need to... I think that my hair loss, 3 women, I think that like my partial hair loss is because of my celiac. Because celiac prevents you from absorbing all the nutrients in food. So I think that if I stop eating gluten... Do you remember him? This is him now. But I think if I stop eating gluten, over the next few months, my hair might grow back. The color might be because of celiac as well. Did you peak in high school? Looks-wise? Nah, like 24 maybe is when I peaked. Looks-wise, headbang machine, yes. Okay, where were we? We had that very angry boy, didn't we? That we're trying to... Okay, oh, he's there. So I think we tried running. Peak machine, yes. But I wanna be one of those hot granddads. Like I wanna get really fit again, and hopefully regrow my hair, and then I can be one of those like really hot like supermodel granddads. I have a new wallpaper. Thank you, Speak. There are girls on that image around. That cannot be you. I can't watch you anymore. Okay, one of them was my sister. Does that help? So it's not that bad. There were only 2 women. The one on the far right was my sister. I had mid-long hair, then I cut it 2 months ago because of heat. I mean, I had hair down to here and I cut it because it was thinning. Potato peeling machine. You are already a hot granddad. Okay, women machine. Okay, let's try and run. See if we can make it kind of a little bit far. I think we're supposed to run. We're doing a little bit of... Oh, I remember. Okay. Ah! Why doesn't this... Oh my god, bro. No. Oh, it's through there. Okay. This girl super tall? They seem similar height to you. They were fairly tall. Also, my sister's fairly tall as well. They were slightly shorter than me. Yeah, I guess they were all... I mean, my sister's almost as tall as me. Those other two girls were fairly tallish. Chad, I think we all need to start wearing shirts and trousers, nice shoes, etc. like the old days. That pic with the 3 girls has such a late 2000s vibe. That's because it's from 2011, so yeah. Okay, so... So I think we're supposed to, like, distract it, right? So we can run and, like, do some stuff. Where is it? Okay. Look here, lad. The other 2 were just his cousins, right? I need to go arrange my things. Have a good evening, chat. Machine. See you later. Eternal. The name is Metallica Haircut Machine. That's just my hair, like, natural looking hair. But I don't do anything to it. Oh my god, how am I supposed to do this? Can I distract it somehow? 2005 to 2009 was a dope period IMO. It was pretty peak. It was a pretty peak period. I don't think that did anything. What if we go here? Oh my god, okay, let's try again. Let's try again. Except the financial whoopsies, yes, except for those. Is this just going back? Oh no. Okay, well that's bad. Is the trainee thing working now? Oh my. Oh, okay, what a nightmare. Oh yes, the voice. Thank you for reminding me. Oh my god. There we go. If your sister is indeed around 6'3", 6'4", you messed up badly with diet, you could be 7 foot. She's not, I think she's more like 6 foot. But yeah, I was vegetarian for 8 years. I think if I wouldn't have been vegetarian from 18 to 26, I probably would be like 6'7" or something. Game is a bit loud. Yeah, it should be fixed now. Okay, let's double check that we have everything sorted on. Okay, so this is blocked. Broken pipe. I want to make sure, because I think we have to distract the boy. Oh my god, bro. 6'7", chat, he said 6'7". Okay, that wasn't on purpose, I promise. That was an accidental 6'7". Oh my... I promise that was an accidental 6'7". Okay, so we activated this. We should get him to come here, right? Look at me. Hello, I'm Me6. Look at me. Oh, that was a nice jump. I'm actually kind of impressed with myself. I think we just... Okay, I think we activate the lever first, then we seek shelter in here. I think that's the meta. Okay, so now the track should be on, question mark? Right? Question mark? I am 666 tall. Speak Machine is going to steal your go. I'm gonna steal your femboy girlfriend. It's gonna happen. Okay, so... Where is he at? So he's here, right? Where? Is he not even here? Oh, health. Oh my god. We good. Chad, by law, he is obliged to do the 6'7" thing with hands. If he won't, we will be sentenced to a year on femboy farms for penitentiary duty. Femboy farming. Okay, so I think... Oh, I think the tracks are now working, right? So now we have to rush to the tracks. Where did he go? Did he just disappear? I guess it's gone. Oh my god. Okay. We gotta go fix this. I guess we gotta pull the lever again to make it turn. To make it rotate. Yes. Okay, which direction? I guess we wanna go there? Question mark? Oh, no, mistake, mistake, mistake. Ah, should be fine. Oh! We haven't even... Have we not explored? Oh no, we have. Oh, I just went... Oh, okay. My ex-girlfriend was more of a femboy. Good job, I don't know. If you're into that, then I'm happy to hear that. Okay. Speak, when will I get paid? Mods don't get paid. Okay, so do we want to... Okay, so we can't go that direction, we have to go this direction. Half-life, hard life. Intentional misread. Okay. No, no, no. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
One of your scientist pals said to give you a message. You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some kind of satellite delivery rocket. I don't know where it is exactly, and the old guy was so worried about getting out of here alive, he didn't tell me. Main thing is, the military aborted the launch, so when you do find the rocket, you'll have to get up to the control room and launch it yourself. He said something about a Lambda team needing the satellite in orbit if they were ever going to clean up this mess.
Are we going to space? My ex-girlfriend was more of a tomboy. Look, I've got femboy on the brain. You must be an intentional misread. There is no way you read femboy nor tomboy. Could be worse. I could have typed half hard. This guard is low-key mogging. He's kind of mogging, yeah. Is he gonna... Okay, you would have thought that he'd do that, but I guess he... No? That's a bit sussy. Gotta be careful on that one. Peak voice actors, yes. Dude hit an emote mid-speech. Not sure what that means. Okay, now I kind of want to check... I kind of want to check out this bit here. Is this going to electrify me? Oh no. I kind of want to... Oh! There might be some loot here. Also, he keeps going in that direction. Oh, did I make a mistake? I'm back. Welcome back, Clippy. 34-year-old boomer attempts to backflip on concrete floor in order to prove the kid's wrong and that he still has extreme win. I've never done a backflip. I'm too tall for a backflip. Wait, you're already playing on a rail? Wow, I don't know what that means. Also, small emote. I don't know what that emote is. Oh! It's a bit worrying. Oh my god, we need to use some of this ammo. Oh. can't pick any of that up. I love Half-Life. It's very fun. It is a bead calculator thingy. I see. I love calculating my beads. It's my favorite activity. Let's go get some ammo from the boys. Oh! Ammo maxing now. Oh yes, very nice. Okay, cool. Abacus, yes. Abacus. On a rail is a H1 chapter. Did Borat show Romania 100% accurately? About 69% accurately, I'd say. Oh boy, cheese. Huh? Okay, now, here's the question. Because obviously I went on foot. If I use the rail, does that lead me somewhere else? Like, is this like a bonus? Okay, that is electrified. Okay, LOL. Load. Don't want to get shocked. Oh my god, bro. Stop. Okay. I got a feeling that this train stuff is gonna get real autistic real quick. Okay, I gotta go, boy. Bye, Romanian Chungus. See ya, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining stream. Thank you for increasing your addiction to my presence. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, let's... Oh. Okay. I guess it's a good thing I noticed that, I guess. Why is he blue? Is it just the lighting, or is he like a little special Chungus? You can distinguish Half-Life from real life? Yeah, me neither. Can you distinguish? I'm indeed amazing. See you at your femboy trails at Friday. Don't know what that means. Yeah, on a rail is a maze first time. Yeah, it looks... I'm not good with mazes, I'm gonna be honest. What is this? Explosive. Maybe I shouldn't be wasting ammo. Maybe that's not a good idea. Okay, let's continue on the rail. I still flinch at the sound of a head crab. Remote mine, I see. Very based. Oh no, can we actually get back on the train though? Oh no. Okay, this might be a problem. Because we're gonna have to get on the rail to get back on the train. And that consumes our health, doesn't it? Oh my god, did I mess up? Proxy mine. No, not proxy, just remote. Half-wife uwu. Yes. I think I did an oopsie, chat. I was way too young to play that Half-Life 2 Ravenholm demo. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's not that... Oh, okay, it's not that bad. Okay, it wasn't that bad. What is this? Okay, oh. What is this? What's this? What's this? Da 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 da. What's this? What's this? Da 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 da. What's this? What's this? Da 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 da. Nothing. I lit electricity to stimulate your hair growth, yes. Literal high voltage and takes it like a Chad. Always. I guess I gotta do that. Very smart. Big brain engineer. Okay, where are we at? Okay, we're not gonna go down there. Oh, there's a little fella. Whoa! Okay, I was not expecting that. If we want to go... Do we want to go left? Let's progress a little bit. Let's stop here. If anyone wants to play Half-Life 1 again and wants a different experience, Half-Life M mod is a really fun way to play. Oh, ice cream. Yes, 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 yes. Ice cream, so good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, which way do we want to... Oh my god, bro. Oh, turret. Maybe I shouldn't be firing at it. But do we want to go left or do we want to go right? I guess we can just kind of jump it a little bit. Do we want to go left or do we want to go... Let's keep going straight. You have to go straight first, okay. I would never go any other way but straight. Also, I just realized that I could have literally gone to here, reversed, and then switched. Okay. Well... Was I not supposed to notice that you can shoot the signal? I need more bullets. I need more bullets. Okay, are we just looping around now? Oh, I see. It loops. It does like a loop-de-loop thing. Okay, cool. See ya, Billy. I think if we keep going straight, I should just loop around, no? It should just take me to new places if I don't do anything? Okay, so now we should switch. Okay. Opinion on 5G network. I'm not sure how good it is for my health, but it's damn good for streaming IRL, I'll tell you that. I can tell you that for sure. Okay. So we want to switch here. Because we've already been there. Oh, that's not very wholesome. The fact that there's a ladder here worries me slightly. I'm gonna be honest, it kind of worries me. We're gonna have to use the pistolero to kind of clear up the boys here. So that one should be fine. You see, we don't want to accidentally get sucked up because then we're going to miss the train. So I think the smart thing to do is to just clear the area. Don't forget to set a breakpoint in the infinite loop. Okay. My ISP tries to sell me a £200 5G router because my 4G router is so old and bad and subhuman tech and needs to be a waste. I hate ISPs. Yeah, they'll try and force them on you. Sup guys, hello Paffy. That's what we'll call you Paffy. Oh man, I love this game. It is a gorgeous game. Wondrous, wondrous game. Oh. Okay. Do we want to go in the water? It's kind of tempting. The invite's here, right? It's just like a little ladder. Okay, let's go in the water. Oh. It's just some ammo that I'm already full on. Okay, so nothing really... Unless... Yeah, we're already full on that. Have you played any other Valve game? I used to play Counter-Strike back in the day. I also played Half-Life 2 back in the day, but I don't remember much from it. 4G router, 5G router, bro, please get a coax or fiber uplink. Oh, this is nice. Which Counter-Strike? Must have been like super early version, maybe even 1.6. Like this was early 2000s, so it must have been like a really early version. Does HL1 ship with uplink now? I don't remember. Uplink, like the hacking video game? Is that what you're talking about? Okay, why? Why isn't it picking up the ammo? Weird. So now that lifts the thing. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. We're making progress. No, uplink is a tiny standalone chapter. I see. Hey, first time commenting. Love your content and grew up with Counter-Strike 1.6 Half-Life 1, so this is quite delightful to witness. Thank you, Stuka. Imagine owning a house. I couldn't imagine that. I have the HL Tisms, yes. I think I'm getting there as well, very, very quickly. Maybe we should use more of this dude, but not on the changing thing. Got a duck, quack quack quack. Got a duck, quack quack quack. Okay, so now is this where we shift? Yes. Puzzle completed. Big brain confirmed. 160 IQ question mark? Oh, hell yeah. Oh. Oh no. That's a... Oh my god, that's messing me up. Oh, that's really messing me up. Stop, bro. Oh my god. Okay, I can't... Guess it doesn't shoot for the grate. This part. Oh. Okay. Chad, I just drilled through my NVMe SSD by accident. It'll still work, right? Oops. Yeah, I think so. You just gotta kiss it. A little boo. Like, should work. After one had a pretty big competitive scene back in the early days. Oh, you have lots of HP, you'll be fine. What do you mean you drilled through it? Chad, I just poured beans intentionally by accident into my PC. Britain confirmed? Okay, now I'm noticing something. I'm noticing... Oh. Oh, no. Okay, now do we want to... do we want to go down here? That guy's really high up. There's a guy there, somewhere. Unless he's oofed. He might have oofed, actually. I want to get their ammo. They can't see me, right? Okay, can't. Let's move a little bit closer, then we'll back up. It's a little fella. Oh, okay. Let's just head back. Head backy back. Put it on rice. Yeah, that ought to fix it. Put it in rice. That ladder. Oh, why would you say that, bro? Oh my god, okay. Bro's trying to freak me out on purpose. I have teeth. Evil emoji, no UK. Oh, I see. Okay, of course, yes. I was screwing my NVMe SSD into a USB enclosure and wasn't paying close attention. Okay. Oh my god, where is this? Where are we headed? Oh, okay, there's a... Okay, so we're down here. That's the other lift enclosure, so we'll just go back. Okay. You got the good loot. Nice. I can't imagine, man. Well tested. Go back now. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, now do we want to go... Let's go straight. Let's go straight. We might have to come back. Let's go straight. Google removed the Rick Roll video. Really? Well, like the actual video. Yeah, good job, bro. Oh! Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Move it! Let's go! Yeah, will do. Hopefully it isn't the PCB part or any traces. Yeah, they removed it. Use the turret. What do you mean? What turret? What turret? Rick got copyright struck. I just gotta be careful. I think I gotta... Because I know they're coming. So now I can be more sneaky. I have a paranoia. Okay, gotta be very sneaky, chat. Gotta be very sneaky. I have a paranoia because of stuff like this. My HD once fell apart with a lot of good stuff on it. Had some copies on cloud, but not everything. So now I have 2 4TB drives on mirrors the other. Should have good backups. Should expand. You can use the turret where you died. He was wholesome Chungus bot. Rick go false. The MCA flagged. It is still not up yet. Wholesome Chungus gets it every time, yes. What is... oh. A nice bug. Can you see that visual bug? Oh my god. Okay. Looty looty. Looty looty chat. Okay, I gotta use this weapon more because I'm kind of maxed on this ammo. Oh, does this lead in the same... okay, I see how this works. Okay, now we can get their ammo. Acid life, I don't know what that means. Oh, is it because of the oh, the turret here? Okay, that's pretty funny. Did you know Half-Life 1 NPCs can smell? Is that why they keep running away from me, chat? Is that why they keep running away from me? But by smell, I assume you mean that they can sense your presence. That's pretty cool. Oh my god, I'm so low on health. That's why Barney says something died in here. Interesting. Oh, I'm so cooked. Oh. Okay. LOL. Secret tunnel, yes. Apparently. A secret tunnel, chat. This was very needed because I was so low on health. So I appreciate the devs putting it in here. Is this Half-Life or is this just Is this just Half-Life? Or is it just fantasy? I really hate the band Queen because they're overplayed all the time. Easy come, easy go. Womp 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 womp. So this is where the thing happened. And... whoop. Oh, health. Health, yeah. At least Freddy could sing without auto-tune, that's true. Dude, want to play Half-Life 1 now, again. Oh! Oh my... I'm not... let's just reload quick. I'm not doing that. Very clever. How about this? Okay. See, I can be clever too. I can be smart too. I already played once this year. Is this just like a yearly event at this point? Give me something secret. Give me some secrets. Reveal game. Reveal your secrets to me. Okay, so this bit is essentially sorted. Oh, I see you. I see you, little fella. I see you. Easy come, easy go. Oh. I mean, I'm sure he knew a thing or two about that. Oh, this is the guy. He a smart sneak. What difficulty are you playing on? I'm playing on medium. Or I ain't no silly Billy. HL1 was good. All that term has good AI. Yeah, it's pretty good for the time, 100%. That term has indeed been ruined, yes. Why waste money on hot garbage AAA games now instead of the plethora of classic 2000s game and mods at this point? That's a good argument. A lot of people are doing that. Many people are just playing all the games. All games have no DRM, that's true. Also, there's also the meme that as hardware gets more expensive, if it keeps getting more expensive, then it's literally more economic to just play old games. And 90s games and mods. Look at the Doom mod scene. I've seen video games being made in the Doom engine. There's some really cool stuff being made. And Quake. Quake is a bit too spooky. I'm gonna be honest. Quake is just very, very dark. I played a bunch of Quake as a kid. I probably shouldn't have. I played Half-Life 1 today. Wait. Did we... Yeah, I think we... Okay. I played Half-Life 1 today. I wounded one of the guards, so he went back into cover and threw a grenade at me. Not even games in 2026 have this. Yeah. You see, when you're defining a genre, you're gonna do cool stuff like that. Are you building a PC? Yeah, man, the soldiers were tough. No, I'm playing this on a MacBook, actually. I love the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack of Quake. It's a pretty good soundtrack. By the way, have you played Doom, Classic Doom? Of course. IDDQD, IDKFA, of course. Brutal Doom in Viet, Doom, awesome. I've seen some Cyberpunk Doom engine stuff. I currently try to distance myself from GPUs because they are expensive and not to be taken for granted. Software rendering for the win. Yeah, 100%. Okay, now I should probably sneak up a little bit. Oh, oh my, what? Bro, why did you switch weapons? Yeah, if software gets more expensive, people are just going to start playing older stuff. I've heard a rumor that apparently Valve is forcing developers to optimize their games as well. Great games. Did you know the H1 Half-Life 1 engine is built on top of the Quake engine? I do know that, yes. I grew up on Quake 1 and 2, also was old even back then, but damn, did it have atmosphere. Quake 1 has beautiful atmosphere. It's just, like, I love, especially, like, that starting pistol is so beautiful. But it's just such a dark game. And that's just my only concern. Like, not to sound like a boomer or something, but you should be very careful with what you put in your head. You should be very, very careful with the kind of stuff that you expose your mind to. And I just think that Quake is just a bit too dark for my taste. Replace PSU for ATX. Software rendering is one of the reasons why Doom is ported on everything, yes. I didn't understand anything, to be honest. What do you mean? Half-Life 1 has software rendering too. I just recently had to replace a PSU in my home server because the old one died for some reason. You know, it's crazy. So I love... There's this... oh my god. There's this video game I love called Anarchy Online. It's an MMO that I played just loads and loads of. And it had software rendering. It's from like 2001. And the funny thing is that it's so optimized for single CPU rendering. With all his, they say with all his hearts. Is that a video game reference? But it's so optimized for single CPU software rendering that it actually used to run more poorly on really beefy computers 10 years ago. I enjoy horror, so I love Quake. Not a huge fan of horror, I'll be honest. Science fiction, yes. Horror, ATX and SFX are form factors. SFX is smaller. Buy the soda, it gives you 1 HP. Oh, pretty cool. Wait. Okay. Oh my god, this actually was... Thank you, whoever... wait, who said that? Thank you, Clippy. See, you are a very useful assistant. Thank you, Clippy. Not sure what a Lion is. I like a PC or a laptop. Huh? Single CPU rendering is the reason Crysis had the same issue. Interesting. Lion is a SFF case I have. Is he talking about computers? Bruv, you talking about computers, innit? Oh my god, that wasn't very smart. Let's just try that again. Is that just a turret? Oh my god. Oh my god, it kept getting me from behind the crate. Damn it. I know that stuff is PC stuff. You have to throw a grenade in there, yeah. You should watch the video. I spent 30 days on a dead MMO. I've seen the thumbnail, and I was amazing by Bind. It plays an MMO from the 90s, and the game had insane levels of depth. Yeah, Anarchy Online, huge amounts of depth. So all the games, 100%. Form factor over at R-Man. Gotta rush it. The side of the turret, sandbags, and throw a grenade. Okay. It's a small form factor. Alright, too late. So basically a smaller PC then. Okay. Oh my god, I actually got it first try. That's pretty cool. Ah, it's on that side, okay. Surrender Freeman. I think that's us, chat. I think they're talking about us. They want us. They need to surrender us. We were there, chat. We were there. So basically, I shot that turret from the back. Is that some sort of alternative meaning that I don't get? Back shot or something? Okay. So this is blocked. So we gotta open this gate or something. Okay, I think that's the meta, right? We gotta jump on the thing, and then... Oh my god, I keep losing health. Nope. Oh, I guess we gotta go here. But then what's the point? Because we can't go... Unless we gotta go up there. On the Bro. On the crate. Huh? Crouch jump. There is a hole in the back. Just shoot the guy. Is there a hole in the back? In China it reads surrender Bing Chiling. Then Siam is a super tiny SFF case. So what does crouch jumping do? Okay, if I do that on Mac OS, it does something weird. I might have to switch the key for crouching temporarily. Oh, okay, I see. Oh my, no! Okay, I see. Let's go. Let's go, chat. Crouch jump jumps higher because of valve logic, also the holes in one side. Run faster, jump higher. Okay, but we still got there, so we would need to do that. But now we seem a bit stuck. Unless I'm missing something. We appear to be a little bit stuck, because... Bruh. Oh, there is a hole at the back here. It's pretty funny. Okay, but what do we do now? So we checked here. Oh! Lol. Okay. You need to rebind. There is a part of the game you need crouch jumping for. Actually, probably more than one. It's okay. I'll do it when we get to it. Because it's so comfy to have it on command. Because that's where it should be. That's where control should be. Okay. Do we just speed up? But which way? Okay. Which way does this naturally go? Let's see. So if we were to do... Okay, so it does go... Do we just crash through it? Let's see. Let's try it. Oh no, something loaded. Did they just respawn all the mobs? No, okay, good. Okay. So it doesn't actually crash through. Okay. Tutorial tells you to crouch jump even? I don't think there was ever any crouch jumping in the tutorial. Okay, we might have to go back and retrace some of our steps. Maybe earlier on the rail. That might be the case. the pipe bit. Okay, this can't be it. Also, that's damaged. So we can't actually go that way, but we end up in the same place anyway. So it doesn't matter. I've cleared this area. Saw that pipe, that vent, maybe that has something to do with it. Wait, did we go down here? Did we go through here? Oh yeah, we did. We did go through here. Anything we should run? Turn on? Anything like that? This just activates these, right? Let's try, maybe that does something. I wanna hold your hand. I wanna hold your hand. Be funny if I did something. Tell me to back Shoto Freddy Fazbear. Do you know what that? I mean, I know what Freddy Fazbear is. Oh, I know what Freddy Fazbear is. I don't know what Shoto Fazbear means. Okay.
Target range. Okay, why not? Didn't want to die alone anyway.
They never join you, they just stay there. Okay, so we got rid of this dude. This is blocked, so we gotta... Do we do like a... We do have an explosive, which we could try. I think we should try the explosive, chat. The one that we got earlier is like... Oh my god, no. No. We got 3. Let's try 1. Okay, I guess we gotta right click. Nope. I mean, I don't think 3 would make a difference if one didn't work. But let's use all 3. Maybe 1 on each side? Would that work? It doesn't feel like that's the solution, though. Nope, that is not the solution. Okay. So, okay, don't backseat, but tell me this, is the solution in this game area? Or do we have to go further back on the rail? Because we went back and everything seems to be cleared. Everything seems to be cleared, so I don't... But doesn't seem to be any kind of solution here. It is, if I remember right, okay. Nothing there. I don't remember how to progress in this bit. Sorry, that's okay. There's no obvious way to do it. Huh. There's no way. There is no way that was a solution.
Those boys could have made a bigger mess.
You right-click the massive blast door. LMAO chat, having collective amnesia seems me included. Left of vending machines, there is a hole in the ceiling. LMAO. Okay, no, this was a solution. You just bloody right-click it. But then we can't bring our meme here. We can't bring the little train. But okay, I guess... Oh! Oh my god, where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's there. Okay. I can't believe that was a solution. Oh, this is another train, okay. I was confused for a second. I was like, how did the train get here? Rocket shaft, yeah. That's crazy that that's the solution. I'm sorry, that's a bit weird that was a solution. Okay, those are sensors. So if we duck, we should be able to avoid them. Don't forget Q switches to your last weapon. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Oh, you're joking. Bumping into it triggers it? I don't know about that, Chief. Any loot here? Nope. Okay. Wait. Is there some baddie here? Also, we don't do that Romanian word anymore. What the rocket shaft doing in a place like that? You got a Streamlabs. Also, I want to do like a custom bot name for that. Oh my god, bro. Stop. Also, there should be a quick switch mode in the settings. You don't need to cycle the menu. Oh, for the weapons? Maybe, but I'm just lazy. You're dead, Freeman. Why don't they like me, chat? Why are they being racist towards me? That's what I want to know. Okay. Also, that little sound creak. Oh, ow. Yeah, for the weapons, keyboard advanced quick switch. I'm happy with the current switching mean. It's not a huge problem. I'm getting used to it. What is that, bro? Oh, no. So you can enable dev console in the same place. I would never use a dev console. Oh my god. Ooh. What is bro using? He's got access to alien technology. Oh, we didn't save after this. Okay. I go back in there again. Use the assault rifle alt. Yeah, I don't want to overuse it though. I like how God mode has an alias called Buddha. That's funny. I think I remember that actually. That's funny. Okay, now this is where it gets sussy, I guess. This is where we're gonna start crouching. Is that a turret or is that a person? I think it's a turret, right? Ooh. Ooh, okay. I guess that worked. Chat, you always rush B. Do what I think. Yeah, well, I guess it's both, technically. Why can't I use the turret? Okay, well. This is not for us, chat. We're not allowed. I like the gravity and entity spawn commands and speed modifiers in Half-Life 2. Never used them. I can hear some alien speak. You should make the chat window transparent for gaming. What do you mean? Oh my god, no. Oh, I can't believe. Oh, I forgot to disable that. There we go. I had a thing behind there for the video reactions. I can't believe I forgot to disable that. Okay, thanks. Yeah, it was always transparent. I just had a special thing for the reaction streams. Nice. Roast vortigaunts. Now we can see your ammo. Sorry, I just realized you couldn't see it this entire time. Is this like a crouchy jump meme? Okay, let's see. Keyboard, duck. Let's do option. Oh no, alternate. Left alt. I guess not. Can we carry some sort of box? Spawning 100 combine helicopters inside Kleiner's lab is an experience. The giblets in this game look tasty. Crouch, jump part, jump, then crouch. Oh, you're joking. Okay, well... Where's my aim gone? Oh my god, the game's bugged. I can't see my crosshair, and my weapon switching is visually bugged. I think we're gonna have to restart the game. Peak. Actually, we're nearly 3 hours in, so let's not even do that. You have to crouch in the air. Yeah, I did get the meme. That's a bug, yeah. Very unfortunate bug, unfortunately. But guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the stream, hey, try software rendering now. Isn't it by default software rendering? I might have to double check that. But if you... I don't know about that. If you've enjoyed 6711... So glad I could catch you live. I live stream most days around this time, like 5 PM UK time. No, it's OpenG. Yeah, oh, I can't. I'm not going to reopen it. Default OpenG. Okay, I might have to do software rendering. That might have to be the name, the meme. But the name is software rendering machine.